Hello and welcome to this episode of Full Stack Entrepreneur. Today we're going to be using builtwith.com. It's a free service that I'm not affiliated with it, but I've used it very frequently, especially when consulting with clients, and also used it for forensic analysis. It's a free tool. I think it's super useful. I think you're going to really enjoy it. If you like what you see, let me know in the comment below. All right, so let's get started. So this is builtwith.com, as you can see. Here you can put in your web address, a keyword, or anything. Predominantly what this is used for and should be leveraged for is sales intelligence. I think that's the best way to actually leverage this tool to the max, as well as learning and studying your competitors. So let's begin here. Here we have Sweet Pete's Candy. If you've seen The Profit on CNBC, you may recognize this. But what this is a very large candy shop based in Jacksonville, Florida. So let's copy the URL and let's dump it in here. Great. So Built With will give you what's called a tech profile and a detailed tech profile. We're going to jump here. So what it's doing is actually giving you a whole back-end analysis, and back-end meaning it's all the items that's powering this website without you even seeing it as an actual customer, right? Like you can't tell that this is built on Shopify just by glancing at it. Right? You could tell that there is some sort of cart component, but you can't tell for sure that if that's the real one. But for a fact, you know it is because you look right here under e-commerce, it says Shopify, and you know it's paid. And these dates are actually super important. So it says first detected and last detected. Just hold as an assumption that first detected means that's when it first got integrated into their business. Because even though it says, Shopify April 2014, we both know that Shopify was not built in April 2014. So even though it's detecting it, we could just assume that that's when they first integrated it. So Sweet Pete's Candy had Shopify in 2014. Another thing they have is MailChimp. Okay, so they have a plugin, MailChimp, for Shopify. So we know that they're using that service as a way to actually market to their clients. That's good to know. Ooh, frameworks. Okay, so frameworks, what that means is how is your site built? So it could be one of three ways. You have it built from scratch, you're using a no-code platform, or you're using something in between like a WordPress where you're still adding in plugins and etc. It seems like in this case, it was being used on, someone made it a Ruby on Rails, maybe a private company. I would never code this in Ruby on Rails, but that's okay. So people make mistakes. But anyway, so we're going to go here and we're going to actually also look at redirect profile. So this is a really handy tool because let's say, for example, this is our first time just finding that Sweet Pete's Candy exists as a competitor. And you want to be like, wow, okay, like how big are these people? Are they like a really big company? Are they small? I can't really tell from their website. So what you could look here is under their domain. So you know that they have only two, right? Sweet Pete Candy and sweetpetes.net. Okay. So that's pretty great because that tells me that there isn't really a larger company conglomerate over it, right? Because then you would see a sweetpeteincorporated.com, and then that would have a subsidiary list, which would include sweetpetecandy.com or Sweet Pete Candy Canes, right? But we only see two domain names, so you're like, okay, that's pretty comforting. So it is, what we're seeing is a competitor. It's a unit of one. It's not a family of companies or portfolio. So another tool I want to get into that Built With offers is their sales intelligence program here. So I've used this for their web stack lookup, especially when I've been dealing with clients, because a client would come up and they'll say, like, Nick, I really want to build a new site. I want to make this look better. We're really trying to grow. I saw this competitor site and it looked great. Can you do that? Yeah. So you want to know what that is, especially when you want to quote the client correctly. That being said, if you just want to use this and you're not a developer, I'm a freelance front-end developer, you may want to use this just for sales intelligence. So let's say you are a real estate agent or real estate broker, or you're just trying to get some real estate data. This is insane. So what this can do is that you could actually put in a list of leads, or like in terms of like websites, like let's say you have 10 links that you want to extract keywords from. So what Built With Leads Discovery does is that it would actually pick keywords here that match the criteria of what you're looking for. So you could upload your keywords here and then it would populate a page. So that's fantastic. So you can actually have an automated sales lead tool just for you. This is also known as scraping. And scraping is a term where you could actually go, usually it's a computer program that will scrape the internet for a certain set of criteria. So you could also create new leads. You could even have this as a Chrome extension. So if you, right now, obviously I'm using Safari, but if you're in Google Chrome, you could have this as an extension. And as you visit other companies like Sweet Pete's or Royce Chocolates, you could see how it works. So this would be Royce Chocolate. So if you wanted to do an analysis saying, hey, how does this company, stack with, Sweet Pete's? Is this a competitor? Just by glance, obviously not. This looks clearly a boutique chocolate firm looking for a niche market, whereas when viewing Sweet Pete's, it's much more of a mass market appeal. So this area too is actually really interesting. So if you want to do this as a customer relationship management integration, and you already have pre-existing tools like Salesforce here, Excel, Google Sheets, this is great because built with, this is, I believe, underneath their paid plan. What you can do, you can start integrating those two together and start having them talk, but that's for a separate video. For now, we're going to jump into here and then we're going to see that you can do lead generation and market share. Those two under built with is fantastic. It's a legitimate site as well. It's actually based out of Australia and I've used it quite a bit. Another thing I wanted to show you, let's put in this. Oh, they're going to make you create a free account, but it's a secret. You could create a fake one. You'll never know. So here we're going to create a super secure password. I'm not a robot. Okay, we're going to take a cognitive test. Fantastic. We did it. Awesome. So once you create a free account, as we just saw, you get what's called report generation. So say, for example, you're looking at a competitor and you see like, wow, Sweet Pete's is using Shopify. What's Shopify? So if you live under a rock, you could check and say, what's Shopify? Is it legitimate? I don't know. So you can actually create a report and you could say, there are at least 1.5 million sites that are using Shopify. Seems legit. You could also look here what other countries are using it. So you know that, okay, so this is predominantly a US focused service. All right, not bad. If you also want to look at a variation where it's saying, what's optimizedly? So we're going to check here. Let's view it. And it says, okay, 145,000. So not as exciting, not as big, and only 112,000 in the US. So again, it looks more of a US focused item. And you get other reports here saying, how many other sites use it. That being said, this is information that you can get that I wanted to share with you that could be very useful. So now we're just going to sign out of our super secure website, or Gmail rather, and we're going to hop out of this website. So another little bonus that I want to share with you guys is a site called Merchant Words, merchantwords.com. So what Merchant Words is that if you are one of the many people that is involved in some way, shape, or form with selling a product online, you may want to look into this. So what this does is that it's Amazon data on demand. So what it's trying to do is that you could put in a word, like let's say candy. If you put that as your keyword, you want to know how much other people are looking for this keyword. So if you're trying to sell on Amazon via, FBA, there's a lot of videos about that. This is a handy tool that I have found that a lot of my other friends have been using when they were integrating this into their business. So if you put in a word like candy, it tells you the depth in terms of rank, the appearance, saying, okay, this comes up pretty frequently, it's not seasonal, and it's lastly what industries. So home and kitchen, and grocery, and gourmet food. These are important things to note because you want to maybe have these terms or as part of the ways to market your candy store. You want to say this is great. If you're making gourmet food in your home or in your kitchen, buy our product or find it at your local grocery store. Or you won't find this at your grocery store because of its high quality. So this gives you a bit of a glance. Obviously, this is a paid version that would give you a lot more. Here it even tells you fulfillment status, which is kind of interesting. I believe it also gives you an additional amount of terms as well, saying what are the queries that come in. So if someone says put in candy, it could even be, Halloween candy or candy for weddings. You don't know. So this will actually generate it. This wants you to create an account, but I don't need to create an account. I don't sell a product. So it tells you here, okay, it's featured on HubSpot Inc. HubSpot's great. I'm gonna have an episode on that shortly. But beyond that, I just wanted to show you that this exists and this is something of interest to you. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions or want to be seeing some new content or wanted me to walk through builtwith.com a little bit more in depth, awesome. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to walk through that. If you have any questions, feel free to, again, message me or comment below. I reply usually within the day. So I'm pretty quick with that. So yeah, with that said, thanks so much and tune in for the next episode of Full Stack Entrepreneur.